But get that in Hebrews because, yo, our people gonna have to get chastened one way or another. And the elect, Lord willing, or brothers that are aspiring to be righteous, they're being chastened on this side right now. So if you actually being chastened by the Lord, you going through something, anything going on with you, yo, you just gotta take it. Because if you're not being chastened right now and you living it up luxuriously, then it might be something wrong with you. Bring that out.
It's Hebrews chapter 12, verse 7. If ye endure chastening, Yahweh dealeth with you as with sons.
So if you're going through hell and you being chastened, the Most High is dealing with you like he would deal with his son. And the reason why you're being chastened is for your correction. That's why he says like he has not changed. He's not going to destroy the sons of Jacob. Alright? He's going to chasten them. That's what we're in right now. This captivity is a chastisement. It's a chastening. When you get beat for your correction most of the time. Because sometimes you're possible to get one off. Whatever. Keep going. Actually, scripture gets into that.
For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then ye are bastards and not sons.
So if you're not being chastened by the Most High, then the Most High don't look at you as a son. He looks at you as a bastard. So if you're not catching help in this captivity, yo, there's something going on with you, man. The Most High might not be dealing with you. If everything's just easy peasy, and you know what that is? Because if you're not being chastened, that makes you not want to get out of here. That makes you comfortable. That settles you on your leaves, like the scriptures say. It makes you feel like, oh, well, Babylon's not that bad, That's how a lot of people that aren't being chastened feel. And once you feel that chastisement, you start touching that hell, and all of a sudden now you want to get out of here. Now, what was that name again? Yahweh who? Yahweh Shai? That's what happens when you start catching hell. When you start getting them bill collectors on you, or when you find that the white man's the devil, and all of a sudden, yo, what are they called? The Edomites? Yo, keep going.
Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence.
So we've had fathers of our flesh that corrected us. Like we've had teachers, we've had coaches, we've had different people, father figures in our life that chastened us, and we actually were thankful for it. So how much more the Heavenly Father? Keep going.
Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live? For they verily for a few days chastened us after their own pleasure.
So even after a few days, these people in the world, they chasten us after their own pleasure. They did it because it made them feel good. But the Most High chastens us for our own benefit, really. That's what you have to understand. Like sometimes we got beat. It's just because, our pops is just mad that day. He came back from the plantation, he was pissed off. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to get one off. But the Most High don't deal like that. The Most High does everything for our good.
But he for our profit, that we might be partakers of his holiness. Now, no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous.
Now it says, being chastened at the present moment isn't joyous. And at that moment that you're getting beat, it doesn't feel good. You don't feel good when that's happening. You're not thinking, oh man, this is for my benefit. This is for my benefit. No, you're like, damn, I wish you would stop kicking my ass. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, keep going.
But grievous, nevertheless, afterward, it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby.
So when you're exercised thereby, if you're exercised thereby in this chastening, then it's gonna yield peaceable fruit. You're gonna finally start to see the world for what it is. Nah, keep going.
Wherefore, lift up the hands which hang down, and the feeble knees.
So lift up them hands that are drooping down because you're getting beat down by society. You're like, oh man, when you're losing faith, lift up your arms, man. Gird up thy loins like a man, I will demand it of thee. Strengthen your feeble knees. What are you doing? Keep going.
And make straight paths for your feet.
And make straight paths for your feet. And when we go into that one time, that the commandment is a lamp. And that's what's gonna give you that light to make the straight path for you, so you know where you're going when you walk. Because the wicked stumble and they don't know what they stumble at. They walk in the darkness, so they can't make their path straight. But hey, that's why we have the scriptures. You know? Now keep going.
Lest that which is lame be turned out of the way, but let it rather be healed. Follow peace with all men, and holiness, without which no man shall see the Lord.
So it said, without peace with all men and without all holiness, you're not going to see the Most High. But why does it say peace with all men? That's the main point I want to get at. Why does it say to have peace with all men? Keep going.
It says, follow peace with all men and holiness, without which no man shall see the Lord. Looking diligently, lest any man fall of the grace of Yahweh, lest any root of the bitterness springing up trouble you.
Hey, it says, hey, that's not what I wanted to say, why we following all peace with all men, but it does say that, read that again? No, read the last part of that verse.
Looking diligently, lest any man fail of the grace of Yahweh.
So you gotta look diligently to the kingdom. You gotta hasten the day, or else you're gonna fall out of this thing. That's basically what it said. You're gonna fall out of this thing. You're not diligently seeking the Most High. Now keep going.
Lest any root of the bitterness springing up trouble you.
Now lest any root of this bitterness in your captivity springs up and it troubles you. If you start getting that little root of bitterness and it springs up and you let that shit grow into a plant, then you're gonna be in trouble. You're gonna be out of this thing. You're gonna be back in the world, and it's not even a world to get back into anymore. I don't even know what's going on in the world right now. The world's waxing worse and worse. You go to a club, you see bitches dancing with each other, twerking on each other. You see dudes jumping around all night. That's all they do. There ain't nothing out there in the world. Keep going.
And thereby many be defiled.
And many be defiled by that root of bitterness. You let that root of bitterness grow up and turn into a plant, that shit'll defile you. Okay? Keep going.
Lest there be any fornicator.
Whoa. Lest there be any fornicator.
Or profane person. As Esau. Who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright.
Whoa. So it says you better endure this chastening, or else you'll end up like Esau. Yo, Esau smokes crack. Esau's a so-called white man if you don't know. Esau smokes crack, goes to his Fortune 500 company, then drives a Maybach home, and you look at Esau like, yo, what the fuck? Yo, he's living completely wrong. He's living completely wrong, but he has the fatness of the earth. Esau paid Jake to come fuck his wife, and he'll record that shit on camera. But the Lord don't chasten him for that. So what's going on? But yo, you better endure this chastening before you end up like Esau. Before you end up profane like Esau. Before you let that root of bitterness spring up inside of you and you turn into Esau. So that's why you have to have peace with all men, or you'll end up like Esau. Nobody has peace. Esau has enmity with everyone on this planet, every nation on this planet. The Most High is doing everything that he can to make sure you don't end up like Esau. But a lot of you niggas are Israelite Edomites. A lot of y'all are spiritual Edomites, man. For real. You can drop that. Go to Psalms 37, the first verse. I know what you got. All right, John. All right, you still got that one. John, hold that Bible shot. I'm going to get back to that. We see that verse 13 actually. Psalms 37, the first verse. Yo, our people's envy wickedness, man. That's the problem. Our people see wickedness and they want some of it. That's why we went off when we was in Egypt. That's why the law says that we have the law. The reason why we even have the law is so that we don't end up like what? Like the other nations. That's what it says in Leviticus. It says that we were given the law so we don't end up doing the shit that the other nations are doing. But yo, Jacob sees that shit and starts salivating. They see wickedness and they're like, I want some of that too. And that's the problem with our people, man. They themselves, they know that they want to be righteous, but then they see a little bit of wickedness and then they get turned on by it. Like the scriptures say in Romans 2nd chapter, the Gentiles are a law unto themselves. Because really the law, we know what we're supposed to be doing. Like that Freeway song, you know what we do is wrong. We know what we're doing is wrong. When I was smoking weed, I knew I wasn't supposed to be doing that shit. I didn't even like doing it. When I was used to stealing shit, I knew I wasn't supposed to do that shit. I knew it was wrong. But once you do something, you get that wicked spiritual high. You can't stop. That's all it is. You commit adultery, you get spiritual powers from that shit. You get wicked powers from that shit. Demons hop on you when you do shit like that. That's why the Lord tells you not to do shit like that. But yo, our people don't consider, man.
Like,
Yeah.
and that's how you know there's something really wrong with our people, because like they just want to do something just because they've been told not to do it.
Exactly.
If you tell them don't do this, that's the one thing they want to do.
Exactly.
Lord will give them a place like a whole city. He said you can have all this, just like a little corner. You just can't go to that corner. They're gonna risk and forsake that city and everything in it just to be in the corner, knowing there's nothing in there. They just want to be in there.
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
That's why the scripture says Jeshurun waxed fat and he kicked. The Most High gave Jeshurun everything he wanted and then he kicked. So what does that mean? That's like a baby. You feed a baby all this food, right? You feed it. Then the baby take a shit, and you want to make that baby stop stinking. You want to change the baby diaper. The baby kicking you and shit. Baby kicking you. I'm like, I'm trying to change your diaper. I'm trying to get that reproach off of you, baby. And baby kicking. Nah, I like the reproach. I like smelling like shit. That's Jake, man. Jake is just a rebellious child, man. That needs a big ass spanking. No? Hey, it is what it is. Read
also add on to that analogy, beautiful analogy through the spirit. Also keep in mind, like what the brother was quoting, as far as Jeshurun, another term for Israel, wax and fat, meaning fat in abundance and in resources and whatnot, and kick. You look at the majority of our people, even confess it to myself in the world, when we were going through hard times, that's when you want to turn on to the Lord. But then when you start doing well, when you ain't got a want for nothing, that's when people like to kick back, kick their feet up and be like, oh well, you know what, I pray to God, but you don't pray to him as hard as when you're going through hard times. That's why the scriptures speak about the beauty of knowledge. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, because when you realize what you're actually supposed to have, as far as a people, Israel, the princes of the power, and how we went far from that, that makes you turn back onto the Lord. Not saying that the Lord ain't gonna bless you with a position and take care of you, please, brother. Not saying that the Lord ain't gonna have you, do good or manage, because through the Spirit, He'll watch out for you. But as far as our people, though, normally when they're doing good, they don't seek after the Lord, and that's exactly what happened with our forefathers. They kick back and they kick their feet up like, you know what, it is what it is. I'll turn to the Lord when I want to, or they only turn to the Lord when they need Him. That's what it is in this society. A lot of people really, and I'm gonna throw it right back to you, brother. A lot of people really don't turn on to the Lord because they don't feel like, they need Him right now. But best believe, like the scriptures say, when all hell breaks loose, they're gonna come running.
Let me say real fast too. Scripture talk about, when you're brought down to a lower state, man, take it cheerfully. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know, but like the brother's bringing out, you have to have that wisdom to understand why it's going on, why it's happening to you, man.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 1. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity.
Now you see that? That's what I wanted to get. Psalms 37:1. Bring that out again, because bring that out.
God. Psalms chapter 37, verse 1. Fret not thyself because of evildoers.
Number one, fret not thyself because of evildoers. So people doing wickedly unto you and whatnot, or the so-called white man is beating our people down, you're not supposed to fret because of that, because you know his latter end. Like the scriptures say, you got to remember the latter end of the wicked. I know it's in Proverbs, I remember it at some point, but now read the second part of that.
Neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity.
Now be not envious of the workers of iniquity. Why is that? Keep reading.
For they shall soon be cut down like the grass and wither as the green herb.
Now soon they're going to be cut down like the grass. They're going to be mowed down. Now the grass, it grows up real quick too. It comes up high. If you don't cut that grass down, it comes up real high. And you're like, wow, this grass is growing. I want to grow like the grass. I want to come up like the grass is coming up. But it says they're going to be cut down. The wicked, the evildoers in this world, they're going to be cut down, That's what you gotta remember. You have to keep that in your mind. Like, yeah, this wickedness is out here, but it's not gonna last. Because you start feeling like America's gonna last, and you start getting lax. You start feeling hopeless. Like, Pac, I'm hopeless. I remember I remember when I was in college and whatnot, this teacher was bringing out this Jake. It was a sociology thing. The Jake was basically writing this article. It was a really renowned dude. He was talking about how he's got to teach his son that basically our people get shot down. He was brought here in slavery. There's nothing you can do about it. Teacher looked at me and was like, oh, that's kind of like you, all pessimistic. I'm like, oh, you got me wrong, bro. I'm not pessimistic. I'm optimistic. I believe America's gonna be destroyed. I believe you're going into slavery.
That's right.
I believe our people are gonna rise up and get a kingdom.
That's right.
I was prophesying this shit in class, in front of Esau and the Edomites. They didn't say shit about it. I was like, oh, Armageddon coming. He was like, oh, well, you mean like the system's gonna be destroyed and then we're gonna build it up and make something new? I was like, no. The system's gonna be destroyed. That's it. That's it. That's the optimism. The system's gonna be destroyed. And then the kingdom of heaven is coming back. Yo, when I got this truth, I was bugging out, prophesying to everybody. Because, yo, that's how you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be zealous for the Lord. All right, now keep reading.
Verse 3. Trust in the Lord and do good.
Trust in the Lord and do good. Trust in the Lord. When everything looks hopeless, like Pot, you don't bug out. You have to trust in the Lord. You have to put your whole heart in the Lord, and that's actually a commandment.
So shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. Commit thy way unto the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. And he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment as the noonday. Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way.
Now fret not themselves because of him that prospereth in the way. Now you see all these people prospering, and you looking like, damn, I want some of that. Yo, you gotta trust in the Lord, man. You gotta put all your rest and your faith in the Lord. He's the one that's gonna raise you up. He's the one at the latter end. What does it say? It says that, matter of fact, start up at 3 again. I love that.
Trust in the Lord and do good. So shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed.
He's gonna feed you. He's gonna save you. He's gonna put you in the kingdom, and he's gonna feed you. That's how the Lord gets down. He knows who his people are. People act like the Lord just don't know. Yo, crazy. Keep going.
Delight thyself also in the Lord.
Delight thyself also in the Lord. So, yo, you're supposed to really be living your life for the Lord, because your life ain't really yours. You're just leasing a body. That's all you're doing. It's not yours. That's nachos.
And he shall give thee the desires of thine heart.
And he will give you the desires of thine heart. Now, if really, on some real shit, if you desire to get up in his kingdom, the Lord might give you that. But if you desire the kingdom itself, the Lord might give you that. Right. So you really got to pick your poison. Well, not pick your poison. You got to pick either the poison or you got to pick the elixir of life. It's one or the other. You could come and get this hemlock, or you can come and get the tree of life, which is Yahushua. It's one or the other. Red pill, blue pill.